Welcome back to another Unruly video. If you're new, welcome. Hit the subscribe button, hit the bell so you know when we post. If you're a returner, what's poppin'? So today we're going to speak divine timing. I feel a lot of things have happened to some of my clients, myself, and just people overall. And I'm just watching stories on Instagram and social media and how things are going, and people are going through a shift and a change. And so when you're living in divine timing, it's allowing the things that happen to you to happen, and you have to, and allowing yourself to go through them and pick out and understand what's going on around you. The first point when living in divine timing is to always be present. Don't worry about the past, don't worry about the future, but live in the moment and where you are. So being present is in every situation of the day. When you, from the second you wake up to the time you go to bed and prepare yourself for tomorrow, you're living present. And that means taking in all the experiences that happen throughout the day. A lot of the blessings that would have came to us throughout the day, we nearly miss because we're focused on what happened yesterday or what happened a month ago, or we're too focused on where we're going, so in the future and what's going to happen in the future. Let problems that happen in the past and problems that will happen in the future deal with themselves at that time. Currently, if there is nothing wrong with you, if you woke up breathing, you have a roof over your head, you went to sleep on a bed, you were able to brush your teeth, take a shower, wash your face, all of those things, be grateful. What that also should show you is that being present is run by how grateful you are for the things that you have right now. In being present, you have to take the responsibility of understanding, like, hey, I'm in a blessed situation, and everything that's happening to me today is happening for a reason, to set me up for where I'm going. We lose that touch of being grateful for the things that we do have. And so when we lose them and we don't know what to do, it rattles our life up. Instead of being grateful for the things that you have and understand that the things that we have, we can lose them in a moment's notice, or they can be upgraded in a blink of an eye. Like, you have to understand that being present is a mashup between being grateful for what you have, but also living and understanding that these things may change at any moment. So that brings me into point 2. There is always a lesson to be learned. And so when you start to master being present in the space that you're in, you understand that there will be good times and there will be bad times. And regardless or not, there are lessons on both sides of the spectrum. Because when you go through tough times and struggles and obstacles and things aren't working at the way that you wanted them to, and all of these obstacles start to appear in your life and you may have lost opportunities, the point of that struggle is to teach you something that you need so that you can continue forward. If there's ever a blockage, it's because we're not receiving a lesson that that life, the universe, and God are trying to give us. And just like on the other hand, when things are going good and great, we need to be grateful and humble and understand that, okay, I'm getting this right now, but it can easily be lost, but it can also easily be upgraded. And when we understand that there are things to learn, there are things to be learned in the good times, we start to then master the lessons and how to discern them when they come. If you think that being in a good space and being in a good mental space, a good environment, a good external space, that there's nothing to be learned, you're wrong. And therefore, that's why you're content with where you are, and you won't move forward, and there's no growth. Because in the good times, in your winnings, in your successfulness, there are things to be learned because you're not perfect. There are things that will go wrong, that you could have taken a lesson from the good times and applied it to the future problem. Regardless of the good or the bad, always seek out the lesson to be learned in every moment. Because those are the lessons that will bring you past the roadblocks. Those are the lessons that are the keys to the doors, to the opportunities that you seek and that you desire. And the more you sit down and you're content with where you are and you're content with the life that you live, you will start to feel like you're not going anywhere. You will almost hit like a plateau of no growth because you're not learning anything. And you're rejecting all of the times and the opportunities that you do have to learn. So when you're living in the present, yes, be grateful. Understand that things can be added and or subtracted from your life at any given moment. But most of all, seek out the lesson in everyday life. There's a lesson that comes to you every single day of your life. Every moment of the day, there's a lesson. I promise you. You make over 35,000 decisions a day. So from the second you wake up, start to seek out those lessons. You see how I can come to you and I have a message for you. And I have several messages for you. But that's because I wake up in the present. I wake up grateful for where I am. But I also understand that Life is to learn. Life is to progress. Life is not necessarily to be successful and have riches and material things. Life is to develop an understanding of self, understanding of why we're here, and understanding of connection. And lastly, and also very important, I want you to learn the art of letting go. Let life go. Divine timing is going to move forward regardless if you like it or not. All of these experiences and decisions that you have to make in a day, yes, experience them wholeheartedly. Fully embrace what's going on in your life, but disregard all of the memories that are not favorable to your advancement. Because sometimes there are lessons in the experiences and in the memories that we have, but we have to let go of the memory of them to move forward. Sometimes it's not about keeping the memory, it's about extracting the lesson and moving on. So whether that be friendships, relationships, obstacles, trauma, pain, lost opportunities, all of these things will almost scar us with a memory, either good or bad. But sometimes we have to heal the wound and then turn away from it. Still remembering the lesson though. When a wound heals, it turns into a scar. So let the scar be a reminder of the lesson and not necessarily the memory. Because the memory can stifle you sometimes, especially if the memory is not favorable to your growth. So in the art of letting go, you have to understand that you have to be like water. And how I live my life is to understand that, okay, we're on a conveyor belt. And just like a conveyor belt moves forward, life is a continuous conveyor belt until you move on to the next experience, which is after this life, after you live in this plane. When you're on this conveyor belt, your life will continue to move forward regardless of the obstacles. Regardless of what's going on, time is going to continue to move forward, with or without you. You have to understand that some of the good things and some of the bad things you will have to leave behind, because some of these things are just stepping stones, good and bad. Yes, you can keep the memory, but don't get trapped in the memory. Don't get trapped in this thing where you're always looking back onto what you could have had or what you could have been. Be like water. When water's going down the sidewalk, regardless of a stick, a twig, grass, debris, anything, it moves around it. So in the art of letting go, it's always to remember that when divine timing continues to impact your life, you always have to be like water. Regardless of what comes to you or not, you never hold on to it. You just move forward. Continue moving forward. Allow the good and the bad things to teach you lessons so that you can grow. Allow yourself to always be present, but always understand that things can be added or subtracted. Enjoy the time and be present in the moment, but also just understand that it's about the progression, not about the memories, not about the hurt or the trauma, but more so learning about yourself, learning how you can connect to others and advance in growth, advance in life, in your understanding of how to connect and help others advance their life. So I hope that you grab something from this topic of divine timing. Please let me know down below in the comment section what you think about divine timing and what divine timing means to you. And if you're new, welcome. Hit the subscribe button, hit the bell so you know when we post, and hit this like button if you got something. And I hope to see you all on the next video. Have a great day.